welcome back to another episode of Motivational Mondays, where we kick off your week with positivity, inspiration, and a little push to get you closer to your goals. I'm your host, Gina Zarina Queens, and today we're diving into a topic that is at the heart of everything we do, and that's love. Whether it's love for ourselves, our family, our partners, or our passions, love is the driving force behind so much of our motivations, energy, and joy, really. So let's talk about it and figure out how to use the power of love to fuel our journeys towards greatness, really. So we're going to start off our first quote today. It's going to be from David Viscott. And he says, "To love and be loved is to feel the sun from both sides." And that sounds so awesome because it just makes me feel like, just gives me like a warm feeling. That's what it makes me feel like. That's what it says to me, pretty much what it says, like when I read that. And, it is like the warm feeling from both sides of the sun. It's like, you just feel warm inside because you do feel like really nice when you're showing love to other people. Like you really feel like a good feeling from it. At least I do. And I'm sure many of others do too. And I know you have this wonderful, good feeling when you feel like somebody you showing you all love, like super love to you. You definitely feel the feeling. So it's like a warm, fuzzy feeling you get. So I really like that quote. But today, we're just going to get into it a little bit, talk about love and how it makes us feel and how we can use that as some good motivation, to get through our week, some good motivation to work towards more or new goals for ourselves. So let's talk about it. But love is more than just like a feeling, right? It's an action, a choice, and a mindset. So never forget that. It's the energy that pushes us forward when times get tough, right? Whether you're working on your career, like your health, your goals, your relationships with your partner or family, friends, pretty much anything you're doing, love kind of plays a role into that and kind of really is at the core of it, if you think about it. When you truly love something or someone, you're kind of willing to put in the work, right? It's kind of what drives us to be better, not just for ourselves really, but for other people we care about. Like self-love in particular is something I definitely want to kind of highlight today in this podcast, because thinking that if you just focus on others or your career, you'll eventually feel fulfilled, and really it's not that kind of. It's really taking care of yourself. Like if you don't love and take care of yourself first, then you kind of don't have the energy or the capacity to give pretty much your best to anyone, really. So I just kind of wanted to start there a little bit. Definitely doing some things that can help you feel love for yourself or love yourself even more or better will be a good thing, because it can change your mindset towards a lot of things. And it's really essential, really. Alright, so self-love is not selfish. Some people would like to think that, but it's kind of not selfish, because you kind of don't need to neglect yourself. You have to make sure, if you're going to be doing anything for anybody else or, putting time and energy, you have to make sure your body and yourself has the energy to do anything, really. So you definitely have to make some time to give yourself some self-love, some self-treatments, and some relaxation, and just some time for self, just to even collect your thoughts, and think about yourself for a moment. Did I eat today? How am I feeling today? Is my mind right? Did I did I meditate today? Or did I pray today? Am I good? Am I feeling not sick? So it's always good to make sure you take care of yourself and your mind, body, spirit, the whole shebang. Make sure you take care of yourself, because you're not going to have any energy or anything to give to anybody else if you don't do that first. So, spend some time doing things that you love, and, make sure that you're speaking kind of words to yourself. And that's all a part of the process. Like, one thing you can do is when you get up in the morning, you can tell yourself in the mirror that I love you. And trust me, like we was talking about before in other podcasts, building habits. Like, you do that every day, trust me, you'll feel it become more of a habit. And, telling yourself that you deserve it, and just speaking good affirmations to yourself, trust me, it'll be awkward at first, but trust me, speaking those to yourself over time, that self-love will definitely grow inside you. It'll build up inside you, and it'll just become second nature for you to do that. And to make sure to remind yourself, and also tell yourself, you tell other people that you love them, your family members, your partner, and, all types of outside sources and stuff. I think you owe it to yourself to make sure you tell yourself every day that you love yourself, and say, hey, you deserve it, you're great, I love you, and you're a wonderful person. And, just tell yourself good things. It's hard out here, and some of the good things that you want to hear from other people, you might not hear it when you want to hear it. So it's okay just to go take a moment to yourself and, pop in the bathroom, or, take your little pocket mirror out and look at yourself, or on your phone, your camera, and turn it to yourself and say, I love you, just checking in on you. It's not crazy. It's just making sure you're good, Alright, so let's get into how love can motivate us to reach our goals. When you truly love what you're doing, whether it's a job or a hobby, passion, project, anything, you're going to show up differently. You're going to wake up every day excited and ready to give your best, because you're working from a place of love, not obligation, right? But here's the key. You also need to surround yourself with people who love and support you also. That is definitely a key, because you can't be having people around you that's bringing you down, lack the motivation, even though you can try to help motivate them also, but they need to also be willing to, be on the same path and the same damn, come on, get on the wagon, you know what I mean? So we need to all be going in the same direction. We need to all be on the same page for this to work. So, love from others can also be a great and powerful motivator also, is what I'm saying. It's the friends who remind you of your worth when you forget, and the ones that help keep you pushing and tell you not to doubt yourself. It's those people in your life, who believe in you when you don't believe in yourself all the way, So just take a moment today to appreciate the love that surrounds you. Use it as fuel, to, motivate you to do whatever you need to do, whatever it is, whether it's family, friends, your partner, just take that as a reminder that you're worthy of all kinds of greatness. Trust me, because you are, And that leads us to our next quote, which is, the best thing to hold on to in life is each other. That's by Audrey Hepburn. And this is kind of piggybacking off what I was just saying, about surrounding yourselves with the people who love you. Hold on to that. You know what I mean? Because it is essential to anything, that kind of building off of each relationship with each other, and that love, it just opens up opportunities. It opens up, like we was talking about before in a previous podcast about gratefulness, so it just opens up a lot of doors and a lot of passions for other things, such as a love life, of course. And we're going to talk about love. We can't talk about love without mentioning our romantic relationships. Love is the most beautiful experience we can share with another person, but it also is one of the hardest. Relationships require constant effort, communication, and willingness to grow together. So we also have to be reminders of ourselves and others, how to be able to be open to love, but also share love in such a graceful way, One thing I've learned is that love in a relationship isn't always about the big gestures, because you know how we are, dates, flowers, gifts, you know, it's about showing up for each other each day through the hard times, trials and tribulations, when somebody's really in need, somebody's sick, or, you know, somebody just feeling bad. Those are the times, you know, people really need you to show your love and show up for them. It's about choosing each other even when things get tough, you know, and it's not all about the happy times. So you got to remember that. And it's also about supporting each other through other dramas, such as I just mentioned, you know. So if you're in a relationship, make sure you're giving as much love as you're receiving, you know, and make sure you're celebrating each other's victories and also celebrating each other, just period, you know, and being each other's biggest cheerleader, you know, because definitely being a cheerleader to your partner is going to open up them, you know, more, and they're going to be more of a cheerleader for you also. So never forget that. And that takes us to our next quote by Rumi. Love is a bridge between you and everything. So just make sure every time you think about doing anything, talking about anything, thinking about anything, being with anybody, doing anything with anybody, any and everything you can think about, make sure every day you do it with love. And love and grace, because it will be such a brighter and more calm and just more loving situation, more positive and more motivating. So I kind of really like that one. So I want to leave you guys with a few things. So let's start with self-love that you can pour from an empty cup. Surround yourself with love, whether it's friends, family, or community. Find people who uplift and inspire you. Use love as motivation. If you're passionate about something, let that love be the energy that drives you forward. Be love in all your relationships. Show up with kindness, patience, understanding, and grace. So one thing I want to let you guys know also is to make sure you write things down to express yourself if you need to, and also to make sure you let yourself know in the mirror every day to be patient, positive, and stay motivated, and also that you love yourself and that you deserve it and you are great. Also, I just want you to know that I believe in you. If nobody's told you today, you're great and you deserve it. Thank you for joining me another episode of Motivational Mondays. Stay prayed up. Definitely drop a line. I would love to hear from you, and enjoy your week. And we are out.